Yo! I don't even know how this sounds, yeah. What are you saying, people? TJ here, intro in this video. It is going to be a nice little one. This is going to be a little interview. Me, Parallel, and Hexa done the other week. Nice little video, mate. Nice little video. I bet you're wondering, you wear glasses, TJ? Suck. Yeah, this video is me going through Hexa's journey, Parallel's journey, aka Harry and Zach, talking about how the music came about, talking about some production tips, their routine. I didn't really need to edit this a lot. It was quite a natural, organic chat. And yeah, man, I really like. I'm gonna give you more content like this. I'm in a great mood, you know. Like I don't know, I know why exactly. You'll probably find out. I should do a video on it. I should do a video on it soon. Do you want to see more? Do you want to see more face-to-face stuff? If you do, fucking give it a like. Hey, Sharon. You Sharon. I know you've been watching these videos, but you're not subscribed. You're not liking. Come on, show me the love. Are you part of the picknmix family or what? Come on, people, show me some love. The first 5 minutes of the interview didn't actually record because the person who hosted the interview, I don't know who it was, he didn't press the record button. So once he found out that the record button wasn't pressed, he pressed it, and then we started, and then we got to a lovely place, which is here, guys. I'm out. Enjoy the video. Give it a like. Subscribe. Peace.
And just delete it and then come back to it. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. I know a lot of people who get sort of caught up on ideas and they're struggling for days. I'm saying, just leave it and come back. And then once you do, you sort of come back to it with a fresh head and you get it done straight away. And it's like, oh, I should have just done that 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Zach?
I normally start off with like Harry says, the drums. The drums are like sort of the base of the song in a way. Mm-hmm. You sort of build a song around them, and then you add like little effects and whatever you want to put in there. And also mixing drums first is like like Harry does. It makes it bolder and like stand out more. I feel like that's a very strong way of making a song because you want your drums to come through.
Yeah.
Like you don't want them to completely overpower the song, but you want them to be balanced. And so like drums, bass.
Stand out for sure.
You what?
You want them to stand out for sure. It's like
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Need to really show like people don't talk about like you obviously they talk about a type of sound, but like you can have a type of drums as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the way like if you process them a certain way and you like I don't know, you have like say if you use a specific type of analog gear or something, that will have a specific tone to it when you push it through it. Yeah. So I mean I guess you could alter it in a way that you know how to do it and it would be sort of unique.
Well, it was like you was talking about like I'm not gonna act like I know what it is. You was talking about parallel compression the other day.
Yeah, so yeah, on parallel compression. I do it a lot, but
in parallel.
that is how I got my name though. But I do it a lot because it brings out sort of like the transients, which is basically like you have two buses together run parallel because they're
parallel.
They don't intertwine, so they don't connect basically, and then they go into a different bus. But one of the buses is significantly compressed, so you get like the really really harsh like transients and stuff, and then you sort of like balance the mix, and then you get like poppy drums and stuff.
Just like that, you got to release some picknmix.
Yeah, I'm quite a funny one with drum kits. I mean, all the way through last year, I refused to compress anything. I wouldn't do it. I just turn it as loud as I possibly could, and it worked. But you get certain grooves and stuff from compression. There's a lot of good tricks behind it once you actually sort of take it in and understand it, and don't just do it and make stuff really loud. It sort of helps a lot. And I found with processing drum, like when you get your drum kits down first, a lot of people are scared when they get an overpowered bass. It sort of makes them think, oh, I'm gonna have to turn it down a bit, but you're missing the good parts when you do that. So if you have your drum kit already really loud and then build a bass to that, you're not sort of flustered in the sense of, oh, how am I going to mix this down, because they're already both solid companions in the mix together. Do you know what I mean? And then, I mean, point of contact, if I'd have done that bass first, I probably wouldn't have distorted as much as what I actually did. Do you know what I mean? But it came out well in the end.
That tune popped off for you, bro. A lot of people, if you didn't know, that was like your introduction to pick and mix, because both of you have had an introduction to pick and mix before these projects are coming out. You with the Point of Contact LP, and a lot of people know Parallel. You had the free download.
Oh yeah, the Jungle one. Yeah, that was an old tune.
Yeah, I really like that tune. It was groovy. Come on. Still talking about like the technical stuff. How important would you say it is for producers to like research and like read manuals and the little things like that? How important is that?
I think it's sort of you get the point where the writing becomes a sort of an intertwined skill with your technical side as well, and I think a lot of people sort of miss the point that it's two different skills at once. If you can do both, that's great, but you're very blessed if you can. You know what I mean? A lot of people still have to use engineers because they've got the ideas, they just can't put the pen to paper type thing. So I think to better yourself, doing the research really helps, but just remember in the end that sort of don't let the technical side take over your sort of creative side. I think I'd done that a lot, quite a bit at the start of making tunes, and I used to think, oh well, I can get this sounding really good, but the sort of idea behind it was just sort of the basics. And then that's what I've had to try and do over this last year, to sort of come over that and start learning how to actually write music as well as make good sounding music, if that makes sense. And they sort of come together in the end.
And I can kind of see that through your musical journey and through your production, because like you say, your tunes now, I would say the ideas are a lot more simple, but the sound and the polish, like they're polished. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's spot on. Definitely spot on. Yeah.
Polished, bro. It's like, yeah, mate, banging.
I feel like with the point you made, TJ, is like, you know, and Harry, sorry, is like people have these jobs specifically for engineering. So they are there like for a purpose. They're not there just to, you know, sit around and do nothing all day. Like they're like, if you don't understand or you want to sort of learn, they are there for that. That's why they're there, and you can always go to them and they do the job for you, or maybe teach you some things.
Like you boys, you probably spent a decent amount on your production stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Harry more than me, but yeah.
Investing in yourself, like maybe investing in an engineer when the time is right. All of those things are going to benefit you. It just depends on, I guess, how comfortable you are, where you are in your journey. But like I said,
definitely.
Young as hell, man.
Yeah, I think I saw there was actually a conversation with Voltage about it was about Harriet Jackson's new tune that she made, and everyone was like, "Oh, ghost producer and stuff," and Voltage was just like, you know, he was saying like, "Yeah, it isn't, because you know Voltage and Harry they're close and they know each other very well," but like he was saying, you know, audio engineers, it doesn't really matter. You shouldn't be afraid to use them. You shouldn't be afraid to use them. Like,
going back. Go buy Harriet Jackson's new tune now called The Sound.
Okay.
Very good tune.
Harriet Jackson's new tune, The Sound. So they were talking about that, ghost producing that. And Voltage was, he was saying it wasn't. And
right.
then the conversation led on about audio engineers being sort of not appreciated as much, because people were sort of, I don't know, I guess sort of embarrassed to use them because it's not their own skills. And personally, I think that you shouldn't be embarrassed, because if you think about it, you're actually getting help from a very, very skilled person.
Yeah. It's I always try to say it's like looking at judgment of other people. If you don't care what people think, you're going to use an engineer because you want to make music. Like at the end of the day, regardless if someone has used an engineer or not, they're going out their way to try and make a piece of music. So they've got ideas, they've done it. Do you know what I mean? That's why I have to always give props to people that do things, because you're not the one that's pandering on, oh, should I do it or not? You're actually going out and doing it. So I can't fault someone. I haven't done it myself. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, people like different things, don't they? Some people like doing the all-rounder. Some people enjoy just writing music. And
Yeah,
some people enjoy just doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them.
get paid to do that. People get paid to write music. People get to write sheets of music. Like
Yes.
different
Yes.
parts of the industry that you can be involved in without being directly involved in like the producer.
Tre- treble clefs and that.
Say again.
Treble clefs and that.
I met the treble clef in a long time, I must say.
How do you draw it? It's like, yeah, it's like a circle and then down like that, isn't it?
I can paint. All I know is that I'm not gonna do that now though, but I can share my paint on.
It's weird. It's weird actually because when I was younger, I went to
Music. Can you write music?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually can because when I was younger, I used to play. What was it? I used to play trumpet, guitar, piano,
I know. Yeah.
and something else I can't remember. But anyway, so I went to this. It was like a really small, like private primary school. It wasn't really private, I guess. But anyway, and I learned music theory there because it was compulsory then, which is funnily enough is actually really helped me. Like, I mean, I know a lot about written music and sort of music theory, which is it's amazing how much it can get you. Like,
I feel like music should be compulsory in every school, like 110%, and you should be
I
able
think
to choose what music you look into.
yeah, I think it is compulsory for like the first 2 years or something. Like in
An option from year 9 to year 11 for my school it was, but you should
yeah.
because like I said, if people knew the science behind music and the science behind like vibrations and frequencies and like emotions, and then bro, it's so powerful music. Like it's
Yeah, mate. I mean, imagine a world with no music. It'd be dull as anything. All the
Oh,
advert
God.
jingles from everything. Do you know what I mean? I don't think people realize how much it actually comes into it.
yeah.
It impacts life like every day.
Mhm.
Like
It's a lot of people's favorite like entertainers or people that they look on Instagram every day would be like, a music artist without even in it. We all
or like a bird, or the birds, you know, like the birds sing. You know.
No, they inspire people to make tunes. Like it's not.
They were like, "Oh, that's banging! I'm gonna make a tune about that."
Bob Marley said it himself. 3 little birds at my doorstep. They inspire music.
Oh shit, yeah, that's true, isn't it?
Head over your head. So like, one thing I wanted people to understand. Obviously, people know 31st of July. Get your new EP, Parallel Dream EP, and Hexa the Box EP. What I wanted to talk about was the story behind them and how you kind of came across one, the title track, which is the Box and Dream, and two, like how we kind of, like I say, how I've kind of brought it together, because I wanted to showcase you two as two individuals, but coming together as a collective, because you both share the same passion for music. You both share the same passion for like analog and hardware.
I mean, the box. I know it's sort of that long bass sort of styled tune, but I mean, I was hearing these tunes in the raves. And it's the rolling drum kit with that big bass. It's like reaction music. You know what I mean? But it's one of them tunes which has got enough flow so you can sort of mix it into anything, but still get the sort of same reaction. I find it was, and then I was watching. I think it was the Seven Psychopaths. I was watching that film, and that's where I got the vocal from. To be fair, what's in the box?
What's in a box? Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like sort of, I don't know. I mean, I kind of went this year for sort of a more upfront style at my tunes, and I sort of, obviously, I like everything that Sarah and Kings of Rose are doing, and then you've got DLR on the other side pushing it. It's all sort of rolling styles of drums and stuff like that. And I mean, you can pretty much put any bass with a rolling drum kit, and it'll still do the same sort of job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just adding your sort of flavour to it at the end of the day. But I mean, the whole EP sort of reflects that. And then I've got, even though there is different styles of drum patterns and stuff in there, it's all still rolling at the end of the day. And that's sort of what I try to do with the EP, just to tie it all off.
Yeah, the EP reflects your style perfectly, I think, with the different variations. You've got the box, Absence of Light is like a completely different take on your style, I'd say. And then one that's probably people been waiting for a while is Vicious Cycle. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's been...
That is like the perfect... Would you class that as a roller or jump up?
I don't know.
Sort of a mix of both, I guess.
It's sort of
Mixture of both.
Sort of the perfect mix of both, yeah.
But I think most people would say, oh yeah, that's definitely jump up tune. Do you know what I mean?
I guess it should really come from the mouth of the producer. You
Yeah,
know?
the one who created it. It's like naming a child Sarah and someone saying your child's name's Bill.
What?
That's a bit of an extreme example, TJ, but yeah.
It's not. Yeah, if someone called me JT, my mum would be angry. And tell me about Dream though, boy.
That's backwards, isn't it? Yeah.
You don't.
That took me too long to work out. Right. God. Right. Dream. Dream. Well, that's.
You've been sitting on that one.
Yeah, I've been sitting on that one for. God, I think that's been like half a year.
Oh, I think over a year. I think.
Do you think? Really?
Very likely. Because it was one of the ones that we wasn't gonna. It wasn't one of the first ones, but then I heard it again, like when I had it on my stick.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it still available? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, definitely.
I think I made that tune. That was just before I went up to see Boo in the studio. North Face, Boo, Dale, all that sound as fuck. Honestly, they're really nice people. And I made it, and originally it didn't have the vocal in it. Is it the Blue Martin Jungle sample pack? Yeah, I think it's from there.
Would you class that tune as Jump Up? Because I'd say that's quite a similar boat to Vicious Cycle.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one really, because where do you draw the line between Jump Up and a roller?
Oh, I mean,
So I sort of class Jump Up as like, you know, you've got like a really melodic like bass that has sort of not harsh frequencies, but like, you know, like sort of in your face frequencies.
I don't know if higher frequencies is fair, but I think it is.
Yeah, I think just more like dominant frequencies.
Soldier
Like-
stepping drums, that's what I used to call it. The drums are very marching power. But I mean, anything these days, to be fair, I've seen a lot of comments on SoundCloud and stuff like that, and it's like all these sort of tech, really musical producers are just like, I think it was the Malik's EP. He made this tune. I can't remember the name of it, but everyone was commenting like, "Oh, I like this new style of drum roll," and I was like, "Well, it just goes to show anyone can make it, and you don't even realize you're making it half the time. It's just how it's perceived, isn't it?"
True, and you gotta think to an extent. Like a big thing, because I'm big on consumer behavior and stuff. So it's like you might make a tune thinking it's a roller, but if everyone says it's not a roller, then what is it? Like if everyone says, "No, bro, this is a sick tune," like then like I don't know, like who gets to decide? I think ultimately the artist does ultimately, but like
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's sort of just an opinionated thing, isn't it?
yeah, it's all subjective. It is all subjective. But that's the beauty of music, man. Like everyone can have their own opinion on it, whether it's good or bad. It really doesn't matter. You just, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing and you're enjoying the process, you should carry on. That's my.
I think when you've got the biggest debate going over your tunes as well, like I mean, when Skeptical released the Musket, I mean, there was that many people on both sides of the spectrum. You know, you've done a good job there. To be fair, when you cause that much diversion, it's like, you know, you've done it, sort of thing. It's
the thing about that tune is it's like it's sort of a mix between Jump Up and like minimal of them, like because you listen to the technicality in that tune and it is ridiculous. Like obviously Skeptical comes from a very sort of minimalistic, well not minimalistic, but you know what I mean.
He does.
Sort of and then he comes out with that tune and it's like there's like 4 layers to that bass. The sub's doing something sort of different to what the actual mid bass is doing.
The bass.
yeah, it's a crazy tune. Tune.
Boom, boom.
So there's another tune that I heard recently, and it was one of Contact's tunes. There's so many, like it's unreleased. I can't say it, unfortunately.
I'll share my screen and play these tunes right now. If you
No.
No, new Serial Killers release coming out now.
I don't even know if you've got it, TJ. Like it feels like air. Like the way the sub and the bass sort of like harmonize and sort of blend in is ridiculous.
Planet 9, I guarantee you it's that one.
It's not. It starts with an O.
Oh yeah, that's the one he's releasing on Pick and Mix.
Is it?
I'm gonna get it out, y'all. I'm gonna get out, y'all. Today. I'm gonna message Harry now. Harry.
Oh dear. And I don't think he can play it himself actually.
You could barely play in clubs until last year, mate.
I know. Well, there you go.
Oh,
I mean, to be honest, even then, I was like, I think I've only had like 2 gigs in total.
that's gonna change after all of this stuff, mate. Trust me.
Fingers crossed. I've got every limb crossed.
We got 20 minutes left before H has got to go. I'm gonna ask you a few more questions, and then we're gonna do like a quick fire thing, where 5 seconds to answer.
Oh shit.
These are just normal that people want to know.
Mhm.
Who wants to go first? And we'll keep the rotation going.
Yeah,
Go on,
I'll go
Harry.
if you want.
Harry, you go first. Yeah.
It's first rave experience. Where was your first?
Ooh,
Remember who was playing? The club.
to be fair, I tell you what, this is gonna be funny as when I was I must have been in about year 9 at school, mate. So I must have just left middle school, went to high school. 13 years old or something, mate. I made my mom take us to go see Skrillex, mate, at the O2 Academy in Newcastle.
What, mum?
I think me and one of my mates from school, we went and we took my mom's because we couldn't get in without them, and I looked very young. I didn't have a beard or anything, obviously. So,
What did your parents think of it?
oh, honestly, it still doesn't get talked about in the house to this day. Like, but I mean,
I can imagine
very good experience.
when I'm listening to UKF or whatever back in the day. I'm listening to Skrillex back in the day, and then I'm listening to it in headphones, and my mum can hear that, and she's looking at me like, "What is that?" Imagine my mum going to the Skrillex concert.
Mate, Skrillex bangs. Like, I think that was what actually got me into drum and bass.
Yeah, bro. One there was a
Yeah, mate. I wouldn't even argue with that either.
Dirty Phonics remix of, I think it was, is it Dirty Spirits, Nice Monsters? I can't remember.
Nice sprites.
Right, man said Spirits. I think it's that tune. Dirty Phonics done a tune or a remix of that, bro, and that was one of the like proper Skrillex drum and bass remixes. I was like, ooh, naughty. Your turn, Zachary.
First rave. God. Well, obviously, legally, I was only allowed to go to raves in September. So, I think my first rave was actually a festival, I guess you say. And oh wait, actually, if we're counting festivals, then that's going to be Sundown in like 2016, I think, or 2017. I don't know what year it is.
Sundown, where's that?
Sundown's in Norwich. It's actually like TI Limited and that they always there.
Oh, Norwich. Oh, I never thought of this. You two, I always said, like, in my opinion, you guys have the two of the strongest towns.
What do you mean?
Yeah, mate.
Norwich versus Newcastle, production-wise, Jesus Christ, mate. TI.
Yeah, mate. Newcastle's got some mental stuff up there.
I still put my hands up. Newcastle, no one. Newcastle, bro. No one's touching Hexa, KL, Castro, Nectax, Scantia, Scud, Stomps, Crinian, Jack, bruv. No.
Too many on your fingers, mate.
Unless you can tell me 9 bang like that, they're all banging as well. These are all above average. I don't care. Like, if we're trying to like put a hierarchy in place. Newcastle, they're like, all they need now is Alan Shearer as the big boss, mate.
I mean, we're all friends with Newcastle as well. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle's sort of like it's a big city, but it's a small place, so all sort of get on with each other.
Yeah.
And we're all sort of always at the same clubs and we all speak to each other. So, what was that, sorry?
Would you say that's helped you grow?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Nectax, I used to go around to Next once a month, maybe. And he sort of pushed us in the right direction to take the tunes up to the sort of the next level, from being just all right sounding to up to that next polished sound type thing. So I owe a lot to him. He sort of jump started us about 2 months in front of what I would have been anyways, you know what I mean? And then always having people to bounce ideas back off. I think, well, me, Next, Scant, Castro, Scud, we're all in a group chat together anyways, you know what I mean? So always sending tune ideas in and find out what's going on in the world outside of Newcastle.
I always like I don't know what it is. I've always liked Snektax. Like, he's always been like,
Oh, he's so unique, mate.
hey, bro, and his music is just banging. Like, I don't know. Do you know what it is? I think I always like people when they do something they enjoy. Doing, like, people that skateboard and stuff, they have different interests, and this guy like does different stuff. And I'm like, yeah, he genuinely enjoys music. He loves skateboarding.
Mate, that tune that he just released, I think. Christ. Well, what is it? I can't remember what the name is, but I heard it. He's been posting it everywhere.
He's got an overview. He's had a few releases this year. He's had his overview one. Is it Stateless or Stateless?
Stateless and Clock Out, yeah, they were
Clock Out.
two of my favourites from him. And then he's done that. He's gonna hate us for saying it wrong. I think it was Recluse.
Like that.
Yeah, it's Skank and Bass. I think he released that on Skank and Bass.
Yeah.
And then he's got a few new ones that he sent us over, and they're tight as well. So
his drums, like his rolling drums, are so nice. Like on his Liquid tunes and on
Liquid bangs as well.
just it's got really nice like rolling.
Just
That's the best way I can describe it. it's like Skankia, you know what I mean? Like his like shuffles and perks are so mental. Like the one on like Cluster and like his based on Secret remix. Like obviously they're just so steppy and so.
yeah, well, anyone who's subscribed to Sample Genie for next season is going to get some of them anyways, because Scan's doing a feature for them. He's going to be one of the mentors on it for next season.
Come on, that's mad.
But actually, Sample Genie.
I've just got some mad news off Dale.
Did he tell you?
Has he told you? No way, bro. He's just told me now. That's mad.
You told me like an hour ago.
Oh, bro, that's so sick. I'm so gassed.
If you look,
I'm playing in Malta.
Oh yes. So you on there?
That's like my first ever like gig, sort of.
Or gig as well. Advice you'd give to people trying to get a release on Pick and Mix? Because obviously that was someone in the team. That was a very good question, actually.
I think it's
you wasn't planned, bro. You was an accident, like baby.
Me. Oh, thanks. That's very kind of you, TJ. No, I think really the main thing is be yourself. Don't try and be someone else. Say like, because I know I've heard like chit chat of someone trying to be like someone on the label or like on a label. I think you should do your own thing. And like, you know, if they like it, they like it. If they don't, then try again. You know, don't give up is the main moral, but be yourself is the second moral.
Yeah, I like them too. H, yeah, they're really good, Zach.
Yeah, mate. I think it applies the same for a lot of other labels as well. I think I got stuck in that rut of trying to sort of make what I thought the label likes, but the label's like uniqueness. So if you can bring something that's fresh to the table, or you can bring something with your own twist on something that's already out there, do you know what I mean? As long as you can show yourself as an artist and you have that sort of your own sort of personality with your tunes, then you can sort of get anywhere you want. I think that plays a big part in Pick Mix as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm attracted by people who are themselves, definitely. You just be yourself. Literally, it works so much better. A lot of people say, "How do I be unique?" I'm like, "There's 7 billion people in the world, and there's only one of you. So just do what you do and just be you, bro." Like,
Yeah, do what you think's weird that you do yourself, anyways. A lot of the time, people like weirdness. I found that.
100%, mate. All right, so just because I want everyone to be happy and like we've got all of this done so far, we're gonna finish off on the quick fire questions. Before I do this, guys, just shout out your socials that you want to promote. I'm gonna edit it all together. H, go first.
Yeah, mate. So, obviously, pick a mix 31st of July, me and Parallels EP. You can find us on Instagram at Hexa DB. Same with SoundCloud.
Sweet. Go on.
So yeah, like Harry said, got the EP coming on in the end of July. Excitement. But yeah, my Instagram is parallel DNB, and it's the same as my SoundCloud, which is pretty much the same as Harry's, pretty much.
All right. So, fire questions. The EP is dropping on the 7th month, so we've got 7 questions. I'm gonna give you 5. So I'm gonna give each of you 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna ask Zach to answer first, and then I'll ask Harry to answer second. All right. So, first question is: what's your favorite non-drum and bass tune at the moment? 5, 4.
Losing It.
By who?
I don't know who it is. I hear it on the radio all the time.
I'm losing it.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Good choice. Good choice.
It's got a good groove on it. I love it.
Yeah, it's not a bad tune. Go on, H. Use your one.
To be fair, I'm always find myself going back to Daniel Bellenfield's Garage Anthem, but you know what? This 5 seconds is a lot of pressure.
Fire. Daniel Benefield and Losing It. All right. Next question. Favorite sweet?
Snickers.
Snickers. Go on, H.
One bars all day.
Ooh.
Wham bars. All right. Okay.
Even though I feel like we're gonna pull my teeth out after I've had them, like. But...
Yeah, definitely.
Dream collab, dead or alive?
Voltage.
Serum by a mile. I've got it.
That was easy. Should sandwiches be cut in triangles, rectangles, or squares?
Triangles, definitely. I'm going to put it in front of that one.
Yeah.
Invaded by aliens, would you rather them be robotic or organic life forms?
Probably organic, so you can kill them.
Organic, I didn't want any lasers flying about.
Yeah.
Be able to mutate and then take over the human generation.
Not if you kill them first, or you capture them.
But how do you know you're going to be able to capture them?
I know what I'm doing.
Wow. Is it pesto pasta or pasto pesto?
What?
Pesto pasta for me, like.
Is it pesto pasta or pasta pesto?
Pesto pasta.
What?
All day long. Yeah, I know it's meant to be said pasta pesto, but that just doesn't sound right in my mind.
Do you not say pesto pasta?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I don't know why I shook my head to that.
One more question, and then we got one bonus question. Who would win in a boxing fight out of you two?
I tell you what, I'm quite tall, right? But I'm absolutely soft as bitch.
Zach trains, you know. Zach's younger, but I know Zach trains, and I know H is cool though.
If I don't know how.
We probably, do you know what? We probably connect like each other at the same time and knock each other out. You know, I feel like that would be just like.
I'm trying to think. Oh, it'd be quite an even. I mean, do you know? I don't know if you're the same. Are you the same weight? Probably the same weight. I think Zach might be a bit more mass though, a bit more muscly.
I don't know.
Zach, you train like every day, bro.
Yeah. I wake up so early because I've got to wake up like an hour and a half, 2 hours before work, and that's normally like 6 in the morning. I'm like.
I think, to be fair, the only training I do is lifting up the beer can in my mouth.
The musician boxing match, like the YouTuber one, but the musician.
And a bonus question, which someone asked me to ask you guys: if you could VIP a tune from your current EP, what would it be?
What tunes have I got in there? Hold
Leaving the room.
on. Bro, I'm serious.
Yeah, no, Man of Many Skills, Rockers, Jupiter, Dream, Jubana, and what's the other one?
There's a VIP in there already, so I can't.
He's ready, yeah.
Probably either between. Oh man. I've got 3, so it's either between Jupiter, Rockers, or Man of Many Skills.
I think Jupiter
Probably.
sick anyways, but for your own personal one, I'm
Probably Man of Many Skills.
gonna say I would say Jubana.
Yeah, there will be a VIP soon.
No.
I will be doing a VIP of all of them very soon.
Oh mate, you're a madman. H.
For me, it would be Manchu, because I had 2 ideas to go for Manchu, and I chose the one that's coming out was the one that I thought was the best sort of all round and bringing it together. But I've got a really sort of tribal version with some bongos and all that type of stuff, which I've been waiting to finish. So I'm just gonna hold it off and not play
Finish
it out
it.
until it's ready, and then
There we go.
I think that's the one.
Finish it.
Sick. All right, lads. Well, like it was wicked to have a little chat.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah.
It's been sick to work with you boys as always. We just got to get the promo out now, really. It's just a case of talking to... I've got a few people like going to post it up on premieres and stuff. Obviously, this is going to be edited. I've got the other video going up on Sunday. Obviously, the visuals being done. I'm getting Seb and Jordan in the call tomorrow to talk about... No, Sunday morning to talk about like what we're going to do with a voiceover and stuff. But I think this is going to be a sick little project, honestly.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it now.
Crazy. Is there anyone you lot wanted to shout out before we leave?
Yeah, all the usual Newcastle Jullers, all the boys.
Come on.
Yeah. East Anglian gang, obviously. RIP Dominator and that.
Come on. People, love to you guys. Shout out to the picknmix family. On the 31st of July, you can grab the box EP from Hexa and the Dream EP from Parallel. It's going to be mad. Exclusive to Juno download. Do not go anywhere. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you fucking like the video, because this is going to be one of the releases we've had on the label. So that's it from me.
Yeah, man. Big yourselves up, all right?
People. And then
Let's go.
the video, I was cut out.
Yeah. 12 tunes. 12 tunes.
12 tunes of naughtiness.
You are tuned into the pick and mix.